driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. I hope you're all having a good day. Oh, there are people here. Yay! Not sure where this one's really going to go. But what this has to do with is trying to see the good in people and bringing that out. It's kind of what we do here. I'm sorry you didn't come on here and I entertained you right away. Do I not entertain you? Yeah. Oh, it's Good Friday. At least it's not bad. At least it's not a bad Friday. Seems to be a pretty good Friday so far. Something's telling me to pull something from working with others. I'm going to get into that. Okay. So, we got let's go ahead and wait the 10 seconds to the 3-minute mark. We'll get started. I'm feeling kind of unpopular today. Well, thanks, Sawyer. Sawyer says, well, I love you, Dad. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. I am Dion. You're not going to meet many Dions with D-I-O-N. I'm one of them. It's named after Dion the Belmonts. All right. We'll open up chat there for everybody to chat. We don't really feel like we're good people when we get into the program, do we? I say that AA is the largest organization that no one wanted to be a part of. Hey, Gary, good to see you. AA has stemmed all sorts of other programs. We found that what we really found out was that one peer working with another seems to work best. Hey, Gary. I don't know if I said hi already or not. I'm just kind of, my mind's wandering today. I don't really want to think about anything serious today. Just not in the mood. So when we get here, we're pretty beat. There's not, as far as positive things, there's just not many positive things going on in our life. It's a mess. It feels like everybody hates us. Feeling awful lonely. And, it can be tough in the beginning, but, I do understand that, my self-esteem comes from myself. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with an encouraging word, you know, and that's really what we're talking about here is um, finding out what's good about it. Because, we tend to think that the 12 steps are all about red ink, and it's not. It's not. There is a lot of things that are done in the 12 steps that are about progress and that brings you joy and freedom and serenity, balance, you know. And these are what I'm talking about. So let's grab the big book. I'm gonna grab a big book here. And it's gonna feel like we're not talking about this, but we are. Okay. Um, Let no alcoholic say he cannot recover unless he has his family back. This just isn't so. In some cases, the wife will never come back for one reason or another. Remind the prospect that his recovery is not dependent upon people, it is dependent upon his relationship with God. We have seen men get well whose families have not returned at all. We have seen others slip when the family has come back too soon. Hi, Patricia. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Right? So, what are we doing? What are we going to do here? Well, encouragement is going to be best. We're going to try and keep this person busy. Okay. But if we go back a little bit on page 98, it says, burn the idea into the consciousness of every man that he can get well regardless of anyone. The only condition is that he trusts God and clean house. Okay. Now we go on and say, both you and the new man must walk day by day in the path of spiritual progress. There we are, evoking the best. What is it that can help us bring out the best in another person? Helping them find their higher power, I think, is probably, for me, I would say that's probably the best thing. Helping them helping them find their higher power. That's why I got out of the clinical area. I just love God too much. And I'll be like, did you pray today? And I'll put that in my notes. And they're going to want me to put like AUD and I'm going to put alcoholic. They're like, you can't do that. And I'll say, well, you watch me. All right. If you persist, remarkable things will happen. When you look back, we realize that the things which came to us when we put ourselves in God's hands were better than anything we could have planned. Follow the dictates of a higher power, and you will presently live in a new and wonderful world, no matter what your present circumstances. All right. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about like and love. Okay. Because not everybody's going to want this. Let's put it that way. Okay. Let's start there. For me, I know, God, this is so hard to explain, but yeah, my friends are here, so that's okay. I've always, and people have said this to me, and Dion, you're supposed to do something big. My mom always said that to you. She said, Dion, out of all my children, I know you're the one that's going to do something. All my life, I haven't really felt a part of things, but I have always felt this other presence that's always hung out with me. They've always been there, and they've protected me. There were a few times when I was a kid when I should have died, and I didn't. I had a few near-death experiences when I was a kid. Not drinking, not drinking. And somehow I always got out of that. Somehow I'm always able to continue moving forward. Um, I have a lot of people that don't like me because I shine brightly. And, I'm the person that will bring the truth, and not everybody wants a lot of people would rather just hang out in denial than really hear what I have to say. Um, but I'm finding my way, right? I'm finding my way. So what is it that I do? Well, I like working with people's passions, man, right? And sometimes what you think is your passion probably isn't your passion, but it's a good path. There's a lot of times people want to attach themselves to me because they see what I'm doing and they want to do it too. But it really isn't in their purview. Then they just disappear, when I will offer, hey, then let's find out what it is that you want to do. I don't know how many people have come to me and said, I want to start podcasting. Like, that's nice. I mean, even in just the last few months, I've had 2 people and I haven't heard back from them. Ugh, good stretches. So, a lot of times, even when people approach me and they're like, I want to do this, I'm listening, but usually it's something else. So, we're going to have a conversation. Okay. Now, when we get into this, when we get into podcasting, it's not what you think. It isn't just you show up and start talking. There's a lot of work to be done. First thing you have to do is find a speaker. Good luck on that. It's tough, all right? Don't need that part anymore. So, what does evoke mean? It means to, hear some synonyms: arouse, conjure, elicit, invoke, provoke, recall. What is evoke used for? Evoke is primarily used in the sense to call forth or up. Okay. Now, when does this really start when does this start to happen? Well, it starts to happen in 6 and 7 when we have our character defects removed, because we're going to need to replace those defects of character with something else. And it's usually a different set of morals, right? What is a moral of mine? Well, I'm not allowed to hurt God's children. Not necessarily a rule, but more of a moral. Why? Because I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to evoke the best in people. Yeah. Yeah. When you see somebody doing something, right? This is what, let's say you have somebody, they're talking to you and they're talking about all these bad things that have happened to them, right? Well, I'm kind of a glasses half full kind of a guy. Okay. Or what's the point? Right. So, I understand you're going through this, but because it's hard when you're going through your problems, it's hard to see the good stuff, is it not? So bring it up. Hey, you know what? Yeah, you're going through this, but I'm going to tell you, I noticed you acted totally different this time. You didn't get pissed off. I mean, a month ago, you were yelling and screaming. Now you came to me, you were a lot more calm this time. So good job. Good job on that. Tell people that. If you see somebody and, there's, so yeah, emotional sobriety, yay. But that doesn't mean that we can't give an encouraging word to other people. So, what happens to us when we evoke the best in people? The best comes out in us. Isn't that cool? The best comes out in us. When I'm working with good, what am I going to get? Good. All right. Do good things happen. Do bad things, and bad things happen. Very, very simple, straightforward, and it's true. Right? When I say things like, "Oh, it's going to be that kind of day," guess what kind of day I'm going to have? I'm going to have that kind of day. If you go online and repeatedly say, "Oh, this happened again today," and then this happened. Oh, look, I broke my nail. Guess what's going to continue to happen with your life? Okay, by putting it online and telling everybody, you're reinforcing that behavior, and it's going to continue. And it's going to continue in that cycle till you decide not to be a fucking martyr anymore. You're not a martyr. We can't play that role. Okay. Oh, look what they did to me. Yeah. Trust me, I've been through that. I go through that all the time. Probably somebody talking shit about me right now. I don't care. If that's what they got time for, I guess. So when we are trying to bring out the best in people, it brings out the best in us. And when we do that, it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. When you have a group that grows together, that supports each other, if you have a group of people that continuously meet and they do not think about themselves and just about the people in the group and helping them, you will have a group of people that are unbreakable. You will. Unbreakable. Now you know why the 12 steps work so well, because we are bonded together. We have a bond together that it's stronger than anything else in this world, and it's a higher power. The more good we do, the more we evoke the best in other people, the better the world becomes. Hey, brother, I notice you're going through this, but I want you to know you're valued around here. Okay. Don't ever, here's one piece of advice. Don't ever give a fake compliment. Don't ever, ever, ever give a fake compliment. Somebody gives me a fake compliment, I just won't talk to you anymore. You just piss me the fuck off. Okay. Just don't do it. Actually, what'll happen is I will probably confront you right there. Because that's how I am. And I wonder why people won't approach me. I know why people won't approach me. It's all good. Some people. Not everybody is scared of me. There's really no reason to be scared of me. I actually love you a lot more than you probably think I do. So these are the great things that we have in our lives that we can start doing immediately. And these are decisions that we can make. Earlier in my life, I even though Adams County put me off again, I'm like, fuck it. I'm not having a bad day. Cancel because your back hurts. All I can think of is the people detoxing out there on the streets and your back hurts. I'm sorry. Take some fucking Tylenol, put a heating pad on, and get online. Okay? We're different. We're different. We're different when it comes to that. My Pastor Marsha was surprised that Shannon and I showed up to the church last week, a day after our dog had passed, man. Okay. No, we still got it. We still have a responsibility. She's like, people in the professional world would have taken a week off. I'm like, well, that's why I don't work there. I don't want to work with those kinds of people. I'm committed to this, man. Right? You know what? When even if it's a person, even if it's the people that I'm trying to shut down or whatever, or the bullies or whatever, we'll just call them they right now. You know, people can change. I changed. Yeah. People can change. A lot of times I know they're not. I mean, I can see the truth for it. But even then, if they're doing the right thing, I'm for it. I'm for it. But did you hear that? If they're doing the right thing, then I will go for it. Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, great job. If it means helping another person and you're not getting any credit, I'm all for it. It's 222. All right. I am there. I love you all. Thanks for being here. Peace out and have a day.